Right. Hey. Arigashimasu. Arigashimasu. Hey. So, start head up and down. Head side to side. Head hip to shoulders. Hey, circles one way. Circles the other way. Hey, your arms going forward. So, your arms going back. So, and shomen front. Sides. Hey, Tai Sabaki. Hey, and let's change the other side. So just remember, please, a couple of important features on even this very basic but fundamental exercise for us. And it is basic and important because it's the foundation of pretty much everything else that we do mechanically, which is Tai Sabaki. And as Mario Sensei explains it, Tai Sabaki, the short kind of, the direct translation will be something like body movement. That's the Tai Sabaki, body movement, right? But more importantly, this body movement supported on our legs, our hips, our butt, and our core, our spine. So all of this lower body structure has to be engaged and active in order to make the body movement what's supposed to be in Aikido. So it's very easy to kind of miss a couple of things with our basic Tai Sabaki. Number one, it would be very easy to not drop your center of gravity and just keep the idea that your center is down. That's number one thing that we have to check. Always remember, lower your center of gravity, and from that low position, perform your movements. Number two, it's very easy to, sometimes also to just curve our back and kind of have a poor posture. And then from this poor posture, kind of have motion. Remember, lower your center of gravity, try to keep a good posture. She said, eventually this posture is going to be good, but it's going to be mobile. It's going to be moving everywhere, up, down, etc. But try to keep a good posture, even if this posture moves around, okay? But don't get used to having a bad posture and then moving. And number three, try to keep your hands aligned to your face, and your center of gravity aligned in motion, okay? So your hands are aligned to your face, and your face is aligned to your belly button. So keep your alignment. So hips down, okay? Good posture, good alignment. And then from there, perform your body movement, paying special attention to all your lower body structure. Okay? Tai Sabaki is foundational and very important exercise for pretty much everything else that has to do with our techniques, okay? So once again, Tai Sabaki, remember, hips down, as good posture as you can muster. Keep the alignment between your hands and your face. Okay. Tai Sabaki, get inside. Both sides, ryoho. You can open up your hands a little bit now, but still keep them aligned with your movements. Benchi, all the way up, all the way down. Change, all the way up, all the way down. Change, up, down. Change. Up, down. Change. And sideways. One direction and the other direction. One direction and the other one. One direction and the other direction. Side to side, side to side. So, hands down, breathing in through your nose. Lower your air into your abdomen, breathing out. Breathing in through your nose. Lower the air into your abdomen, breathing out. Breathing in. Lower air, breathing out. And we'll talk about breathing a little bit more as we go through the session today. So hands up and forward, down. So, and your knees, front and back. And circles, one way. Circles the other way. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Open your toes, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Keeping your center in place, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And your hips, one side, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Outside crescent, now inside crescents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And left foot forward, knee raises, and turning of your trunk. Remember, this exercise involves raising your knee more or less at hip level, okay? But also involves turning your body into that direction, touching your knee, so engaging your body, moving your trunk one side, the other side, one side, the other side. Be careful with it, stand slowly, but try that motion, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change to the side. Start raising your legs. Start low and progressively raise it a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This time hip hinges. Okay, remember, hands on your chest, shoulders back, and try hip hinges. So it doesn't matter how much of your movement is. Sometimes we try to go all the way into horizontal position too early. Our body's not quite ready. So the important thing is to hinge, even if it's a little bit, even if it's a few degrees. I don't know, you know, you could say this is 90 degrees, but this is only 10 degrees, okay? So keep it only as much as your body can and keep it proportional. That means how much your foot moves is how much your head moves, okay? There is not so much point of moving the head a lot and the foot a little, okay? Keep it proportional. If your foot moves a little, move your head a little. If your foot moves more, move your head more. If you can do 90 degrees, that's fine, okay? So those two things. Keep it as small as you need to make it safe, okay, for your movement, and keep it proportional in terms of the proportion in the motion of the foot and the head, okay? So shoulders back, good posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Remember, depending on how your condition is with all of these exercises, you may want to have some form of assistance or support, right? Even if you're recovering from your injury or something in your hips or something, and you can really do both balance and mobility, because these exercises challenge both, then you can always grab something that helps you a little bit with your balance while you perform the outside crescents, when you perform the inside crescents, and you perform the knee raises, okay, and you perform the leg raises. Okay, so that kind of takes away the requirement of balance and just lets you focus on the part of mobility, which is really more what we're trying to experience, including the hip hinges. Okay, if balance is a problem at the moment for whatever reason, you can always use something to support yourself. Okay, taking the structure away, taking the chair away, or whatever it is, you are not challenging two things. You are challenging the mobility and the structure. For the moment, the most important thing at this stage of the warm-up is to check mobility. So if you have any problems with your body, just find yourself a good structure, something that is safe and stable, and use it in order to kind of help your exercises and focus on your mobility if your structure is a problem. Okay, so the other side, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and down. Okay. Same thing with next one, which is a deep lowering motion. Sometimes, okay, what we can do is we're going to open our legs. We're going to go into jigotai and have our hands and knees open. But sometimes that's a little bit hard, so we just need something to hold on a little bit into it. Ideally, it should be something that doesn't come to you, because what happens here is we need something solid, something that is attached to a wall or something that is attached to the floor, so we can lean on it. You know, so in this case, you cannot lean on it because it's going to raise. At best, maybe just kind of giving you something to hold into and just hold into that, and maybe to help you to eventually come up a little bit. So once again, if you need some support, okay, on this exercise, please do it. Just whatever you use as support, make sure that it's safe to use, okay? So lower your hips, open your knees, elbows inside, and open to one side, and knee forward, down, open to the other side, knee forward, down, hands on your toes, raising your head, keeping your hips down as much as possible. Now raising your hips. Okay. Now let go of your toes and begin coming up vertebra by vertebra. Then your shoulders round back, and then your head and your posture up. And now rotating your hips. Okay. So, and the other side. Good. Down again. Lowering lower your hips, elbows out, open to one side, down, open to the other side, down. Down your toes, raising your head, and raising your hips. And up, spine, 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 shoulders back, head up, and hips. So, good side. So, good. And open your legs and slowly side to side. Again, just checking the range of motion that you have this morning. And progressively seeing if you can open a little bit that range of motion. If you can't, that's fine. Just be aware of how much range do you have. It changes day to day, so you can pay attention to it. Okay, lower on one side, lower on the other side. Toes up on one side, remember to keep your heels down. And toes up on the other side, heels down. Toes up, heels down. Support yourself and put your knee down and try to sit as much as possible. Try to keep your chest out. Change to the side. And toes up, knees down, sit, and chest out. Opening your legs and elbows down and coming forward. Okay, and back. So, once again, I think I mentioned yesterday, the next is going to be working on our lower back and on our lumbar area, of the mobility of our lumbar area. Sometimes we feel tight or a little bit injured for some reason. So big motions are not possibly recommended or our favorite, but let's start with little motions, okay? So let's start with little motion, which is our basic cat into cow position. So cat into cow position, cat into cow position, cat into cow, cat, cow, cat, cow. All right, so now keeping this position, imagine that you have a circle in front of you down here, inside of your arms and your legs, okay? And just move around that circle in one direction and the other direction. One direction and the other direction. One direction and the other direction. So make big circles with your hips. One direction and the other direction. And move back. Okay, so that is basic set of movements just to test the condition of your lower back, especially if your lower back is a little bit unsure on that day. You got a bit tight or you got a little bit injured. If you are in a better shape, then we can make bigger movements, which is the ones that we're going to do now. Okay, so in that position again, now coming forward into cobra. Good. Reaching your toes, raising your hips, downward dog. And now slowly go down into cobra, up into dog, down, up, breathing in, breathing out, down, breathing in, breathing out, up, breathing in, breathing out, down, breathing in, breathing out, up. Breathing in, breathing out, down, and back stretch. So, good. So that's why it's important to have at least those two options to work on the lumbar area of our back, depending how tight or healthy you feel like. Okay. So now turn in one direction, turn the other direction, turn in one direction, in the other direction, one direction, and the other direction, and side to side, side to side. Okay. So very good. All right, so let's keep working a little bit on basic mobility exercises first, okay? So what we're going to do now is just try to a simple transition. You know, when we do our basic backwards roll, for example, we have one leg up, one leg tuck, okay? So this leg, at the moment, let's try to bring it as close as possible to the heel. So bring, you know, your back leg as close as possible to the heel, okay? So what we're going to do is basically do the same thing, but changing from side to side. We're facing on this side, and we're going to stand up, move, and sit on the other side. Stand up, move, and sit on the other side, okay? So we're not fully standing up all the way up for the moment, but you're simply changing, okay, from one direction, hands down on the side of the knee that is down, raising up your hip, pivot into the other side, and sitting. Hands down, raising up your hip, pivot the other side, sit. And down, raising up hips, pivot, and sit. Okay, so we have to go from a little bit of what is a deep squat into a transition from leg tuck to the other leg tuck, and so on. Okay, so hand down, raise, pivot, sit. 1, and down, pivot, sit. 2, down, pivot, sit. 3, down, pivot, sit. 4, down, pivot, sit. 5, down, pivot, sit. 6, down, pivot, 6, 7, down, pivot, sit. 8, down, pivot, sit. 9, down, pivot, sit. 10. Okay, so that's just kind of helping us to see how our legs are from one side to the other side, one side to the other side. Okay, now this time, standing up. Okay, now again, mobility, deep squat. Okay, how far can we go down? And then almost all the way up. Remember, when you go all the way up, you never go all the way up to the point of locking your knees. You go all the way up just before your legs, before your knees lock. So I never go all the way up to the point where you lock your knees. All the way up, keep your knees slightly bent. Okay, so deep squats. 1, and up just before your knees lock. 2, up, all before your knees lock. 3, up before knees. 4, up. 5, up. 6, up. 7, up. 8, up. 9, up. 10, up. All right, good. So now let's see if we can mix those two. If we can join those two together. Okay, we can mix the changing side to side with the leg tuck with the squat. So the way that's going to work is this: we're going to be in up. We're going to go down into squat position. We're going to open, sit. We're going to come back in the middle and come all the way up. We're going to go down, open, sit, up, all the way up. Okay, so we're going to try to do those two exercises now joined together. Okay, so careful, try to keep, when you go, remember, the basic idea of the squats is when you go down, your hip is leading. Careful that when you go down, it's not your head leading. And when you go up, it's your head leading. Careful that when you go up, it's not your hips leading. Okay, so on the way down, your hips lead. On the way up, your head leads. Okay, it's very easy to do the other one around. Right, on the way down with your head, and on the way up with your hips. Okay, so on the way down, your hips. On the way up, your head. Okay, so on the way down, use your hips. Foot touch the floor. Open to one side. Sit. come back to the middle, come back, and all the way there. All the way down, open to one side, sit. Middle, back, all the way up. Down, open, sit. Middle, back, 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 up. And relax your hips. Okay? So this is a little bit of mobility plus basic body weight training with your legs. Okay? So, very good. All right, so down, a little bit of core exercises. Once again, let's do 4 of the most basic core exercises that we should have some handle on it. Again, as I say, Moreno Sensei just does his basic sit-ups, so it's very old style, doing good sit-ups. You just need to be careful if you are going to practice sit-ups, that you're actually using your core muscles to come up and not curling too much and kind of constantly grinding your lower back, in the process. Try to engage your core muscles on the way up and getting up, engage your core muscles on the way down, and on the way up, you come up. So basic sit-up. Now, more easier or beginners level exercises, the ones that we're going to do for the moment, okay? So on your knees, on your hands, and raising leg, raising hand. Holding, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Remember, it's opposite leg, opposite hand, okay? Not same side, otherwise it's very difficult to keep balance. It's opposite leg, opposite hand doing the raising. And raise. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change. Opposite leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change. Opposite leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change. Good. So that's a very gentle exercise that begins that. Again, some people, either don't have core strength or have some condition on the core muscles or on the back, that even this exercise is complicated. So if that exercise is complicated using hand and leg, just begin by raising leg. Or even just begin by raising hand. Okay, so just walk back the exercise. The simplest one will be to raise hand because it's less heavy, Then the next one will be to raise leg because it's a bit more heavy. And then the next one will be to raise both leg and hand, okay, because it requires a little bit more engagement of the core muscles. Okay, sitting down, please. Okay, on your back. All right, so next one is dead bug. So try to keep your back flat to the ground. Okay, now you want to raise arms and legs at the same time, and 3 different versions of dead bug. One is cross lateral, opposite leg, opposite hand. Okay, that's the one we're going to do at the moment. Opposite leg, opposite hand. Stretch it backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. And relax your lower back if needed. Okay, feet side to side, feet side to side, feet side to side. All right, next one with dead bug is going to be homolateral. So same side, same leg. Legs, hands up. Okay, this time homolateral. Same side, same leg. Okay, same arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest. And side to side. All right. Okay, next one. Okay. Same thing and bilateral. Arms and legs both at the same time. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Good. So, relax. Hey, okay, standing up. Okay. Next one, again, we did it yesterday in training, is the basic idea of these wonderful, very simple exercises on core muscles. You know, one of them is just your basic farmer's carry, which is carrying a couple of things that are heavy on your sides and just going for a walk. So if you have your shopping bags or anything, you know, typically in gyms that's done with kettlebells, you know, or dumbbells, carrying them one side to the other because that stabilizes the core. Sometimes there is the same idea while passing the weight around your body, right? If you have something reasonably heavy, you know, that you could just basically, you know, pass around your body. Every time that we do that in one direction, from the other direction, okay, that will be testing the stability of my core and a bit of a 360-degree function. So, you know, typically again in a gym that's done with a kettlebell. Okay. So the next one, which is equally on the simple side of things, is just basically try to raise your leg. Okay. Keep your balance. First of all, that action in itself already has to engage certain muscles on the hip and on the core. So the other side, raise your balance. You raise your knee. Keep your balance. That's already kind of testing balance and also a little bit of core engagement. Now, that is quite simple and safe. Raise, put your hands down and push your knee down and then prevent the knee from going down. You know, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Again, that's testing core muscles, lower back muscles, okay? So the other side, raise as much as you can, grab, and push. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. So remember, try to push your leg down. Okay. So prevent it from going down, but engage your core muscles and keeps you in an isometric type of exercise because there's no motion on the legs. Okay. Raising up, holding, pushing down, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Okay. And the other side, raising up, holding leg, pushing down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Again, be careful with that exercise. It's very simple, but it does test core muscles, back muscles, and your hip capacity. So if there is a little bit of a, you know, something not quite right, especially with core muscles, if they are undeveloped, that's one thing. But if there is a pain on the lower back, or if there is a restriction on the hip, this exercise may feel a little bit more difficult than it should. So just basically start with just holding leg without creating pressure on the leg. Okay, start with raising leg, and maybe start with a little bit of pressure with one hand, and progressively bring more pressure with both hands. Okay, so again, another little exercise that stabilizes our core. Okay. The final exercise for core, which is a good thing. Sometimes we practice it after ukemi or after we exit from ukemi, senpu ukemi or yoku ukemi, is just holding your position. Okay, so let's do it now without the ukemi part, just holding your position. Okay, so legs forward. Okay, hands on your chest. You're going to lean back and extend your legs and hold. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay. So now this time, we're going to do again, same thing, still basic level, keeping your hands against your chest. Okay, ready and go. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay. So if that's more or less okay, then now, if it's not okay, if 10 seconds is too much, then just do less seconds, okay, 5 seconds. If you cannot do it at all, just only raise one leg, okay? Only raise one leg to start with, the other leg down. So only raise one leg, make it for shorter amount of time, but just do it well and do it in a safe manner for your lower back. This time is going to be the same thing, but now your arms are going to be out, fingers pointing forward, thumbs, fingers, everything pointing forward in the direction of the feet. Ready and go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit. All right. Keep your posture as well. Make sure that you don't turtle too much when you do your exercise. Try to keep your good posture. Okay. Ready, set, go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. All right, one more. Ready, set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good. All right, so we have 4 basic core exercises, your leg and arm, opposite side, different versions of dead bug, raising up and creating tension on your legs, and this hollow ball exercise, which is when you extend, keep your legs arm up. So all of them are, good, potentially beginner exercises for core muscle development. We have to do at least 4 sets of each in whatever fashion it is safe for you to do. All right, let's finish up with just basic breathing. Okay, remember, the idea of breathing, a basic method of breathing has 3 components. Number 1, we pay attention to our nose when breathing in. Breathing through your nose, not breathing through your mouth. On the way out, you can breathe through your mouth. That's number 1, nostril breathing. Number 2, pay attention to your inhalation, your holding, and your exhalation. There's always phases, so pay attention to the phases of breathing. And number 3, you try to drop the air from your chest into your lower abdomen before you exhale. Okay, so let's put those 3 together into this basic breathing exercise. So breathing in through your nose, into your chest, lower it into your abdomen, and breathing out. In through your nose, lower the air to your abdomen, breathing out. That's the basic process. So just do it by yourself, so I don't need to talk, so I can do it also myself. and relax. So with this basic breathing exercise, first of all, we try to do the actual exercise correctly, which is breathing through your nose, taking all the air in, normally goes into your chest first. So we have to drop all of that air, visualize that drops into our stomach, and then breathe out. You can use your mouth slightly closed to do that. So inhale through your nose, bring your air in, drop it into your abdomen, and slowly breathe out. So mechanically, that's what happens. Once we are comfortable with that, then we start to pay attention to the counting of the breathing. So you can start with 3 seconds inhaling, 1 second dropping, 3 seconds exhaling. And more or less trying to keep that ratio, okay, 3, 1, 3, okay, then you increase progressively your timing. So you do, let's say, 6 seconds inhaling, 2 seconds dropping, 6 seconds exhaling, and so on. And then 10 seconds, 3 and 10, and so on. But slowly, but do not increase your timing quicker than in a week time. So if you're in a week, 1 week, just practice the whole week with one particular set, let's say 3, 1, 3, and if that felt comfortable, then next week begin with, 3, 1, 3, and then increase it to 6, 2, 2, and practice the whole week with that timing. Okay, so just pay attention to whatever timing you are doing. They're very short, 3 seconds inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 1 second dropping, 3 seconds exhaling, 1, 2, 3. That's fine. Just pay attention to that, begin with that, and progressively increase your timing a little bit more. But remember, nostril breathing, pay attention to your phases of inhalation, holding, and exhalation. And remember to drop your air into your lower abdomen and then begin your exhalation. To use your diaphragm as part of it. All right, let's finish up, please. Great. Hey, arigatou gozaimashita.